Hey folks, Kambui here. Welcome to another session of Cmdlet 101. Today we will discuss our first cmdlet. So in this series until now we have seen some common functionalities or attributes for all cmdlets like parameters, piping, naming conventions like noun and verb. Now it's time we do what I promised in the initial video or the introduction video, that we will learn one cmdlet one day at a time. So if you remember, if you remember, we talked about this, that hey, one day we will take one cmdlet and learn, top to bottom of it, what we can do with that cmdlet, and later, once we have learned that, we will try to combine with another cmdlet using pipe and parameters and all those things, and learn one cmdlet at a time. But that way, we will you will try to get the understanding of PowerShell cmdlets first, and then I may do another series on scripting. But once you get to know the cmdlets, it's very easy to put them in a script or wrap them around in a script. Okay, so remember, I will be talking about cmdlet which is present in most system by default. I will not talk about cmdlet that belongs to a specific module or active directory like Exchange or SQL, something like that. Okay. Also, I'm using PowerShell version 4, and you should check the version first to identify which version you are running. So if I run something like get host, I would be able to see which version I'm running. I'm running version 4, and it will change from each version to version. So you may not have the exact set of cmdlets in version 3 or version 2, or whatever version you're using. So always check which version you're using, and that way you can get it. So let's start that. So let's start our session. Let's do first things first. Let's just run get command. Okay, and let's see the output. So if you see that, if you run get command, it gives you a long list of cmdlets, right? So as I said, I'm learning version 4. This will not be same for you. Okay, and another very unique feature in version 3 onwards, if I'm correct, is that PowerShell will try to get every command from your system, whether that module is loaded or not, whether that's part of your PowerShell or not. If it finds in the correct path, it will show you everything. So just to see the command which is part of the system, you pass on this parameter which is list imported, and if you measure the count, this list imported is just 268, whereas the initial command, when you just executed get command, it gave you, I think, 1047 outputs. So the reason because I'm saying this is that remember, all of these commands which was loaded, which was shown but not loaded, this is a new feature in version 4 where it can go and read what commands are there. But if you try to run this command, at that point it will try to load that command. So something to keep in mind, this was not there in 2.0. I was very familiar with 2.0, so I know that from that experience. Okay, so let's now just run get command using the get help. Just get help and do a get command, and let's see what are the syntaxes. So if you can see straight away, there are two parameter sets, so two ways of running get command. So I talked about parameter sets in my parameters video, if you remember correctly. There are unique features in parameter set, so you cannot mix and match the parameters from one parameter set with other until and unless they are common. Like if you see, syntax is common for both. Syntax is common for both the parameter set, but something like a noun is not present in the second parameter set. Similarly, something like a name is not present in the first parameter set. So that is something you have to keep in mind. You cannot combine parameters from two different sets if they do not belong to the other set. So that's something we discussed in the parameters video. So let's start with some practical examples. So what would you do with get command? Mainly what you would do is try to find out a relevant command or try to learn other commands using get command. So that's why I took this as the first command to teach you guys, because this would probably help you to learn and identify other commands in your system. So what way we can filter out commands? So let's say I want a command which has something to do with computers. Okay, so what I can do is, I do not know what the command exactly is, but I know it has something to do with computer. So what I can do is I can do something like this, because I know computer, the word computer is a noun. So I'll put it as a noun, but I also will include this in asterisk. So I don't even have to write the entire command. I can like comp and put an asterisk over here, and then it will show me all the commands where the noun part has comp. So get mp computer status. I don't know what that command is. Definitely it's a new thing in version 4, and it comes from the defender module. If you see, get command gives you output in 3 different columns. One is command type, one is the actual name of the command, and the module where it is getting that command from. Then there is a net compartment, add computer. I don't know half of it, because I don't really need to. When I need, I will run get command, then I'll run get help, and I'll run that command within 2 minutes. So that's how powerful this command is. You don't really need to remember any commands whatsoever. You will have to just you run this command and find out if that command is there or not, and then learn it. It's a very interesting hobby of mine to see what other commands are there in the system, to learn about them using get command and get help together. Okay, so that's how I use noun. Similarly, I can do verb. Verb, as you know, PowerShell has strict defined set of verbs. So I can actually do a combination of verb and noun. So if I can do a get would be the verb, but the noun would be something like what? Again, I don't want to use computer. Let's say noun would be something like item, something like item. So something to do with item, and so if I say item, it will give me get item, property, get child item. All this command comes off. So if you somehow know what you are willing to do, so another example would be, if you want to do something like a copy. Copy is an action which is a verb. So I will do just copy here. So if I see get command, verb will be copy, I'll get all the copy related command, and then I can learn each of this command by using get help, running get help against each of these commands. So that's how noun verb will help you. But then again, you can also do something like a wildcard on get command with the name syntax. But name syntax will not work with noun and verb, as it belongs to a different parameter set. So if I do a name and I know it's get, and I don't know what it starts with, but I know it ends with something like a channel, computer channel, what channel, I don't know, remember. So if I do this, it will say, okay, it didn't find anything. So what about it? It starts with test. So it starts with test, and then I don't remember what it is. So it will give me all test related commands, test being the verb and rest being the noun. So that's how we can filter out command and try to find out what command you will be using. Okay, that's one way of filtering out. Another very useful example of get command is something I use very regularly. Is if I know the name of the command, let's say get item, okay, then I want to know the syntaxes for this command. Then I can pass on the parameter called syntax, and it will give me just the syntaxes. It will not give me the 3-column output. So it will give me the syntaxes which is valid for the get item command. I don't always have to go and look into get help. Sometimes just the syntax is good enough. And once you start playing around with PowerShell, that's all you would need. You will just need the syntaxes. Okay, so that's how you get it. So let's see the other parameters for get command. I don't memorize them, but once I need them, I will run get help get command. Or I could have done something like this. I could have done get command, and then say syntaxes. I just need to look at the syntaxes, right? So that's what I have on the screen. So these are the syntaxes. So if I know a particular module, I can filter command based on module. So just have to know the module name. This is the module name, PKI, KDS, Microsoft PowerShell.core. So I just have to give the module name. If I happen to know the module, I'll get that command list. Argument list is again something in advanced topic. We will talk about that later in the next video. Syntaxes I've already shown you. Total count. So if I say get command and then I say total count to be 4, so it will just give the first 4 commands on the list which is there. Okay. Another important way filtering is command types. So command types, as I said, command types, if you see the first column, so there are various command types within PowerShell. Legacy command, which was there in there since command.exe or command.com, your traditional command prompt in Windows. Those commands are binary files or exe files, right? So those commands are treated as applications in PowerShell. And so if I say notepad here, notepad is also treated as a command, notepad.exe, but that's an application. So if I say get command and notepad, you will see the command type here. Command type is as application. So if you want to know what are the command types, here if you run get command or get help on get command, if you see the syntaxes, there is a syntax called there's a parameter called command types, and command types accepts the following inputs. Aliases. Alias is a name given to a particular command. So for example, the alias for get command is GCM. So I can do GCM on GCM and I can look the syntaxes. So then it says that, hey, you are actually looking into an alias. So that GCM is an alias for get command. So if I can do a get command on get command, and I want to see the syntaxes again. So alias is one, alias is another name given to a particular command. It works exactly the same way. It's just another short name to remember easily. Something you may do. And then what else do we have? So here I was looking here. Sorry. So we have scripts. Scripts are PS1 script, PowerShell script, which again PowerShell registers them as a command type. So if you have a script in a path in Windows System 32 directory or any path which has been registered as an environmental variable, PowerShell will pick that up and show you as a command. Similarly, there are external script and internal script, which we will talk about later. Workflow configuration, this is a new thing in PowerShell version 4. I haven't explored it much. And then there is function. So if I say get command type, command type will be functions, then it will give me all the functions which is there. Let's reduce this list to only the one which is present in the system, not the one which is outside the system, and PowerShell will load it once I execute it. So these are the function which is inbuilt. If you see very carefully, these are driveleters. They are actually defined as functions. So PowerShell by default does not identify C colon. So if I do a C colon, it will not identify that because it's a function written in it, and it's not like the traditional a command prompt where it identifies C colon as a path, but PowerShell doesn't. It's a function. So how do I see inside a function? So there is a property of get command called so if I do get command and let's say C colon, it will give me the function. Now what I need to do is I need to enclose this in a bracket so that I can access the definition of it. So if I do this and I type definition, it will say set location C colon. So that's a function. Somebody has written a function. What it does, it will change the directory to C colon. So the location will be set to C colon. Similarly, mkdir is a function. Mkdir is not a command in PowerShell. It's a function. So if you want to see what that function is, you can look into it. So this is a script written into it, and then they have published it to the PowerShell session as a function. So that's how get command is, how useful it can be. You can explore using just get command just to identify what is there in your system, what what commands are there in your system, and you will be able to find out that particular command's detail. So along with that, I would recommend you to use get help along with get command. And once you start doing that, you will start learning the command that is there in the system automatically. Okay. That brings us to the end of this session. So what we will do is we will keep on exploring more commands. The next video, what we will do is is something on the write command. So we will use write host and write output. This we will see both this command together because both are very similar with a very significant difference as well. So the next video will be on write host and write output. That is very important because you want to write something on your PowerShell screen, or you want to write something to a file. That two commands will help you to do that. So get command, as you see, if it was very useful for me to learn get command first, and probably for you guys as well. Try to use get command, get one command, then try to learn the syntaxes, use get help to learn what it does, and then automatically you are in the right track of learning PowerShell commandlets. Okay guys, thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in the flip side. If you do like this video, leave a like, and or you can also subscribe to my videos, just to keep in track when I publish a new video. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.